Mr. President, Thailand welcomes the convening of this 10th Emergency Special Session of the United Nations General Assembly today because of the urgency of the situation and plight of all affected civilians. Thailand is deeply concerned over the escalation of hostilities and violence in the Middle East caused by the unprecedented developments in Israel and Gaza. The heightened hostilities and the scale and scope of violence have claimed thousands of innocent lives, with many more injured and displaced. These include children, women, the elderly, and the sick. The massive and escalating use of force have destroyed their livelihoods and communities. Thailand is profoundly shocked and deeply saddened by the attack on Al-Ahli Arab Hospital in the north of Gaza, resulting in loss of life of innocent civilians and casualties. To alleviate the suffering by civilians, we oppose the withholding of access to basic necessities such as water, food, electricity, and fuel as weapons of war. Now, such access should be restored. We also oppose the targeting of critical civilian infrastructure. This should cease. Thailand offers our deepest condolences to everyone who lost their lives and their bereaved families. Our deepest sympathies are extended to all those who are suffering. No family should have to face such tragedy. No family should have to feel such anguish. No family should have to mourn such loss of loved ones. We are also victims. Thai nationals have been killed and injured. We are deeply concerned for the safety of Thai nationals as well as those captured and held hostage. We strongly appeal for their immediate release and safe return. This has been echoed by the ASEAN foreign ministers in their statement of 20th October. We thus welcome the references in the draft resolution calling for their immediate and unconditional release. Thailand condemns in the strongest terms all forms of violence and attacks on civilians in conflict situations, including capturing and taking them hostage. Thailand urges all sides to respect and fulfill their obligations under international humanitarian law and to ensure the safety and dignity of civilians in conflict situations. The protection of innocent lives and civilians must be a priority at all times. This should be our calling at this critical juncture. This should be our unifying catalyst as we seek to alleviate the suffering. As the situation escalates, the most urgent concern is for all civilians who have been affected. Unimpeded access to humanitarian assistance must be ensured. We welcome efforts by various parties to ensure such access to humanitarian assistance, and in this connection, we welcome the initial humanitarian relief that has recently entered into Gaza and hope that this will be increased in the days ahead. Many lives are at stake. Many more are at risk. We appeal to the international community to continue to mobilize humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza to ensure that they have access to basic necessities, including safe and clean water, food, and medical care. Thailand joins others in the call for all sides to take immediate steps to prevent the escalation of violence and implement an immediate ceasefire. We appeal all sides to seek all avenues to resolve the current situation and work towards a long-term peace through diplomacy. Thailand will continue to support the United Nations and the international community in any way we can to de-escalate the situation. We reaffirm our support for genuine dialogue with a view to finding a mutually agreed peaceful solution to the issue in accordance with the two-state solution, by which the states of Israel and Palestine live side by side in peace and security within secure and recognized borders consistent with relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions. Let us do our utmost to save lives and to bring those captured and held hostage home. Thank you, Mr. President.
This has been the Nod News Network. Transmission complete.